Yeah.
Okay, so I've had some requests to talk about my pinstriping rig, and I've got my daughter here holding the camera so that I can use both hands. This is a knockoff of a Hazard Assistant, which is usually about anywhere between $800 and $1,000. It's made with high impact plastic and better wheels. This is a $300 Taiwanese knockoff I got from a guy on eBay called Last Chance Auto Parts, and then I went to Harbor Freight and got better wheels, better casters, and if you can point right under here, I put some better. Can you see what you're doing?
No.
Well, do it so that you can see what you're doing.
Light on the ground.
Aluminum plating on the bottom to make it a little bit stronger. Anyways, this is how it works. Pick it up. You've got all these trays here. So what do I keep handy? Some from the top down, some magnetic rulers from Trulers. This is just a folder that's full of various things. My powder lines template, you can find that on my website. I'll leave in the description. Some vinyl color swatches, which helps customers decide what kind of colors they want. Some basic lettering, piece of sandpaper. A lot of the stuff that's in here gets accumulated over time. I'll throw a business card in here or a reference that I need for a job that I'm doing. It's just kind of a catch-all of miscellaneous stuff. This I also take with me. This is an Daracon card, which it doubles as a creeper. What could possibly be up there that he's barking? Probably a package coming. And then I added these screws here. Most of the stuff that I spend money on, I'll end up trying to keep forever by updating it. So can you get down in here? Can you see okay there, or is it too much shadow?
I can see.
Okay. Over here is pencils, pens, compass, which does come in handy, not very often, but it does. These are water-soluble pencils. You lay out your designs, and then when you're done painting, those pencil marks wipe off with water. There's some different colors of those. These little miniature squeegees are little wipeout tools that you can use to clean up small places where you might have gone over on a line, or a chunk might have got lost in one of your stripes and you need to pick it out. A little flashlight that I really don't use much anymore because I have that's somewhere. Oh, I got one of these light bars. These are amazing. I've actually done work at night by using one of these. And they're all over the place on Instagram and Twitter, people selling those things. But that's one of those products online that you can get that you can actually believe in. Church keys, tweezers, can openers, X-Acto knives, stuff like that. That's what goes in there. I keep some medicine cups for mixing paint and then spilling everywhere. I like to spill stuff around a lot. This is 30 weight non-detergent motor oil. There's a old timer that had been using that to preserve his brushes in for a long time, so I'm believing in that advice there. Some people will use neat's foot oil and brush preservation oil, but 30 weight non-detergent 30 weight motor oil is what I've been using. So, you know, when you're done cleaning your brushes out, you dip them in that. Brush boxes. Plasticor is a nice method to store brushes in. Here's another brush box. Keep those over here. I also store some brushes in, can you get in closer here, these foam cutouts. So I'll keep my sword brushes whenever I'm done with them and I put them back in oil. I just kind of put them in these pieces of foam that have slices in there. This is kaolin powder and construction chalk in a little bag. This is what you use with the powder lines template. Little stir sticks, which you can snag those anytime you go to Sheetz or some gas station for coffee. Just grab a bunch of those. This is another pounce pad for doing pounce patterns. Seamstress tape, so you don't scratch the surface of the thing you're trying to measure with an actual measuring tape, which I keep down here. This is some other, like, I'll keep different kind of gator clips and things like that. Knife, because you never know when you need to clean up your bottles. Different ways for people to pay. And over in the rest of these, I mean, these are all brushes that I haven't even gotten into yet. I've got some King 13s and Excaliburs and Von Dago brushes. This is my palette right here. This is magazine pages that have been cut up and stored on this little miniature clipboard, which I cut a hole out into so that I can basically hold it Bob Ross style. Lettering book. Underneath that is rolls and rolls of, I've got some lime wire, I've got FBS tape and other kind of fine line tapes. Keep those down there. Put this back. This does have if you don't put it back right, I've got so much stuff crammed into this kit. Stickers, cards, business cards, glove, this here just clips on the side of this. And I put paint on one side, I put thinner in the other side, so that's how that works. Let's see, okay, artist brushes are all in here. I can unroll this real quick. You don't always use your Pinstripe brushes or your lettering brushes for doing artwork. You want to, have a bunch of those available. So I keep those around. And this is a maul stick, which you screw together. And maul sticks are used to, you rest this on your piece and then you rest your hand on the stick so that you don't touch the surface of what you're working on and get fingerprints and smudges all over the place. More brushes. More brushes. More brushes. More brushes. And chalk. Chalk comes in handy. A lot of times I'll have a reference that I need to transfer onto a surface, and what I'll do is I will do a chalk rubbing on the back of like say a printout of a V8 logo or a Ratfink cartoon or something like that, just to make things go a little bit faster. And then I can draw over it and transfer it, and the chalk will transfer over onto the surface. Down here is finesse tape. Finesse tape is a masking system that helps keep your coach lining really straight. I know there's a lot of people that do coach lining freehand, and that is an entire other practice that takes a long time to master. So I use finesse tape a lot of times when I do pinstripe repair for different body shops. They were put on with finesse tape, so I use finesse tape to repair those. Masking tape. All these bottles over here that are right side up, these are all hot hues from Exalta. I also keep some Alpha 6, some Tamco, in another cabinet, and then these bottles that are upside down are all one-shot enamels. I keep all my hardeners over here in toothpaste tubes. When a one-shot hardener comes in a 16-ounce bottle, so to keep it fresh, I transfer them all over into these little toothpaste tubes. That way it doesn't get hard on me and dry up. And then there's some other stuff here. I think this is some odd colors, that gold, some copper, some Scotch tape. And that's basically what I keep in this kit. Over here, whenever I'm working, I keep my paper towels right there. Over here is a lacquer thinner. This is a brush cleaning can. So whenever I'm finished up with a job, I clean my brushes in there. And the rest of these are more tape. More thinners than I probably need. I tend to overpack. I don't want to be left high and dry not having something that I need. I keep this for removing old stripes, and I keep this to help clean. There's always various cleaners. I use a wax and grease remover, Tamco wax and grease remover, and then this is 50% water and 50% denatured alcohol. A lot of times, especially when I'm working on semis, for whatever reason, wax and grease remover, any wax and grease remover, doesn't get rid of everything. So I use this in combination with this, and then do like you can kind of feel when the surface is no longer slick and it makes a whistling noise. You can tell that you're ready to paint and that the paint will actually stick. So these three things, the stool here and this kit, which is ready to get packed up right now. This is what I take with me whenever I go to do any job, because it's a lot faster. It's a little heavy, thrown into the back of the pickup truck, but I keep all this stuff here, and I don't have to worry that I'm forgetting anything that I need. So that is the Identity Crisis Design Rolling Art Studio. And there it is. If you like the video, subscribe. Like it, subscribe it, share it, all that fun stuff. And I will talk to you guys later on.